What's up, guys? I'm at the AIM Expo in Las Vegas, and a bike caught my eye that's pretty cool. But I got Timothy here. Explain to the world who you are and what you got.
My name's Timothy Allen. I'm Chief Executive of UBCO. So what we've got is a two-wheel drive electric motorcycle. Can be used both on and off-road. Originally started in farming and agriculture, but been used extensively in the US for recreation, adventure, camping, hunting, fishing, that kind of thing.
Nice. Let's take a look and go from front to back. Just point out everything you got on them. Starting, I guess, from the base model, I guess, right?
So this is pretty much the bikes. This one's set up more for an off-road session. We've got a dual electric drive, so no external drivetrain.
So that's the biggest selling point right here. Is you got a motor in the front. That's
you've got a motor in both wheels, so it's two-wheel drive.
Two-wheel drive. That's awesome.
And then you've got a 48 amp hour lithium battery. So that's in the center, really easy to pull that out.
It looks like it's mounted nice and low too.
Yep, very low center of gravity, so super stable. Pretty easy to take out. Just basically pull this out, battery comes out.
Show them how it takes out, since we got you on camera. So I know guys are going to ask. Oh, I see.
So there's the battery there. So you can either charge it on the bike or off the bike.
Nice.
So we've got a port which is on the console here, and you also got a port which is on the battery here.
Okay.
Standard 110 power supply. It's about 6 hours to charge from dead flat.
6 hours? Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, and the range is 75 miles, so you know, for off-road riding, that's a pretty good distance.
75 miles is impressive. I've seen a lot of other electric bikes and motorcycles bikes, and 50, 60 is good, but you guys even got that beat. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and obviously, if you know, being able to carry additional power supplies and easily change it out is certainly one of the advantages of it.
I could see someone with, like, say, an overland rig or an RV with a couple batteries. They could swap out while one's charging.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
You can obviously access, if you have a look at this one, you can access the 12-volt power supply. So it's just examples. So you've got a spotlight set up here, just running straight off the battery itself. So you can run a small inverter and run power tools. Obviously, you've got two 5 amp charging ports for USB. So if you can use your phone for navigation. We also have an application.
So what does the app let you do exactly?
So you've got a bit of control over here. You can choose on and off-road mode, because it's obviously dual purpose. Hunting mode, that one enables, when we're working, you normally have to have the lights on when you're operating a vehicle. So if you have a look there, and that enables, if you go into hunting mode, you can switch it off. It switches all the lights off.
Oh, nice.
Lunar mode, if you're putting someone on the bike and they're not experienced,
you want it to slow down and go slower.
Yeah, soft acceleration, lower top speed updates. So we can do over-the-air updates for firmware, motor configurations. You can run a system test, so if you have an issue, that dumps it on our server. Our engineers can take a look at it and help resolve that for you.
Nice.
Diagnostics, so it's got real-time threaded diagnostics for the bike. So you can actually see what's actually, what might be an issue with a bike that you've got. Live dash, so it just gives you motor temperatures, speed. You can switch it between Fahrenheit and Celsius. So some similar detail to what you see on the actual Speedo itself, but just a bit more granular.
Do your bikes have regenerative braking?
Yeah, we've got two forms of regenerative braking. You sort of have a throttle off version, which is mild, and then we also have a brake version, so as soon as you hit the brakes, it calculates relative to your speed how much regenerative braking. So if you're traveling at 30 miles an hour, it'll apply 60 to 70% regen. So you've got your both wheels braking in conjunction with the mechanical discs. So braking in loose material like gravel, dirt, you're a lot more control of your braking in those situations.
Almost like a downhill descent control kind of thing, right?
Yeah, definitely. Throttle off, it feels like, it's almost like if you had left your car in gear and you're going down a steep hill, it's exactly like that. You can feel the resistance.
Nice.
We don't make it too heavy because you've got the braking, regenerative braking as well. You can always activate it with the lever. You can just get it in to get a little bit more bite. But the passive stuff works super nice when you're going downhill.
Cool.
And the accessories, obviously, we've got a lot of accessories. If you see on the stand here, we use this bike rack. It's pretty easy because the bike is only 140 pounds. You actually put that on a standard bike rack. You've got front and rear cargo deck.
Oh, you're talking about this bike? It can go on that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah.
You have a look.
You know, that's actually a lot lighter than I thought. I thought this was heavier. 140 pounds is pretty light.
If you have a look at that, you know, that's a typical overland rig.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
Very nice.
That's how I would
fully
use
set
this.
up, exactly. And these ones here, these are more sort of urban setup. So, you know, you've got a more 80-20, you know, on-road, off-road tyre. And fully set up as they would be ridden on the road with the indicator swing mirrors and everything. Off and off when you're working off-road, we'd take all that stuff off because it just gets in the way. The original bike was built purely off-road, so, you know, originally we didn't have a lot of the on-road sort of specification.
I see what you mean, because on this one, you've got all the gear for camping, hunting, whatever, off-road, but that one had like a bigger rack on the back for carrying cargo. That's cool. Yeah,
and you know, the stuff we've got for the, you know...
Is this your actual product as well?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you guys are full featured.
Yeah, so you can just, this one actually, it has got a backpack on it as well. So particularly for things like, if you're hunting, you know, you can actually use it as a pannier, take it off and carry it on a backpack.
It's dual purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
This one here, you know, it's a sort of set up fishing rod got there.
Oh yeah.
Typical gun rack.
Gun rack, fishing rod,
obviously be used, and that's just literally off the shelf. So there's a lot of accessories which we've got that you know, that people can apply to the bike without even having to actually.
Yeah, it's fairly simple because the tube design, it just clamps onto the tube. That's nice. Very cool. What was the max load capacity this thing can carry? Like, say you're going hunting.
You'd be able to get. I'm sorry, I just have to work out pounds. I mean, you'd be easily able to put north of 100 pounds on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things you could put on there.
So with a step-through design, I mean, in New Zealand, a lot of guys, they've got a step-through. If you're hunting, they'll actually, you know, sling the deer over the front. They're in rough terrain. Again, and then, you know, if you have a look at this one here, which has got the rear carriers,
let's check it out.
You can obviously load up the back as well. This one's set up for more agriculture, so like fencing standards, electric fence reels. You know, you've got a nice big rear deck, which you can take on and off. Very easy to use.
Now I could really see how a farmer or a rancher could use something like this. Super lightweight, but still very capable to carry a lot of gear.
This one's set up for like probably harder farming, you know, lever protectors, just for livestock.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And these are nice. Like if you're going through dense scrub, or if you're working with animals, this stuff is usually pretty good to stick on there.
Oh, I see. So just plain Jane, it has a rack. It's just small, but you can make it bigger depending on how you purchase it.
So and you've got 17 drop forged lugs on the subframe, which you can actually attach just about anything to. All you need is an M8 nut and bolt. It's got a hex pressed in the back. It's a little just accessory pack for users. And this one just has all the brackets and fasteners that you might want.
Oh yeah.
If you want to make your own accessories.
That's
so if you want to just put a plywood deck on the back and make it up yourself, this is perfect. It's pretty cheap and allows you to chuck on a whole lot of additional stuff onto the bike.
You guys have a surfboard carrier?
We do.
Yeah. Because this would be awesome going to those remote locations.
Check that one
out.
Oh
yeah, look at that. It does right there. Yeah, you can see the carry it on the side.
So, and the beauty is like you can actually attach quite a lot of standard, you know, accessories that aren't even ours to the bike. You know, you're not tied to the things. We obviously productionize the stuff which is core to the people that use the bike, but there's definitely a lot of other accessories you can get off the shelf which will work really well with it.
That is cool. I'm really, really impressed with this thing. I guess the big question is, how much would somebody expect to get into this starting?
Yeah, so our dealers probably retail anywhere between 6,000 to 7,000 US.
And oh wow, that's not that bad.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, you got very good quality materials. 7,000 series aluminium subframe, not 6061. You know, you got stainless steel spokes, copper nickel spoke nipples, very corrosion resistant. So the main materials in the product are actually aluminium and stainless.
Nice.
So even your battery enclosure, aluminium. So it's pretty robust, and if something happens to it, I think the worst bike, we've only ever written off one bike that I'm aware of, and that got reversed over by a 10-ton digger.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll happen to anybody.
And the subframe was actually still intact.
Nice. So is there a certain level of like water resistance for these things?
We don't use the kind of IP rating system, but I'd probably say, because you've got, generally these are very resistant because of the environments that they're using in New Zealand. It's 365 days a year, rain, hail or sunshine, so it's in the mud, in water all the time. So we've had to make sure that sealing's good, corrosion resistance. Even in terms of crossing water, I mean, whilst we sort of give a general guide that we don't like to set over the axles, I mean, you can actually cross some pretty deep water with these.
So for the most part, if you stay right around there, you should be good, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, it's the motors have been developed and refined with better sealing and everything in them.
Yeah. Very cool. Right on. Are these available now in the U.S.?
That's right. We have 36 dealers in the U.S. at the moment. We probably at AIM we might have added another 10.
Nice.
So that's good.
Nice.
Get us more coverage. So we're pretty excited to be here. It's the first time we've been here in the U.S. Like our U.S. team. We looked at it last year. We weren't quite ready when we came into the market in 2017 in the U.S. But the product has been in existence and in use, like commercially. Since the start of 2016.
Awesome. Well, like I said before when we were talking off camera, I could see this being used at Overland Expo, because I do a lot of off-road camping and stuff, and that would be fantastic at Overland Expo for sure. Hopefully you guys show up there next year with a booth, because you guys would be a hit out there. Man, awesome.
Definitely. Yeah, and like that's exactly like in the US. Most of our initial customers are really strong in that sort of overland space. You can see it's very applicable.
For me personally, I could see me using something like this, because I go to so many shows and I have camera gear. I'm going light at this show, but this is perfect.
Yeah, it's interesting actually. I was at a 12-hour mountain bike race that I was doing the other day, and I passed the guy 10 k's into the woods. And he was like a photographer with all his gear, and he'd had to walk in because it's a mountain bike race.
This is what he needs.
Thinking, man, we should have given this guy one of these.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, brilliant with the panniers as well to load all the gear up.
Absolutely.
And then, you can put additional kit on both the front and the rear, so you can really load it up.
Let's end this with the website. If guys want to learn more about this or even buy some of these, well, how do they go about getting those?
So get on www.ubcobikes.com/US, and you can hear all about it, a lot of case studies and a lot of great information about the bikes.
Awesome. And then as far as dealers go, West Coast, East Coast, is there anybody?
We've been dominant on the West Coast because that's where we're based, but we're just starting to fill out the East Coast now.
Okay, so they can find it on the website where to go?
Exactly. We have a complete dealer listing on the site. If someone wants to buy, you just contact one of the team. And we also have service agents as well, so areas where we don't have an actual dealer, we appoint service dealers to make sure that customers can get looked after for after-sales service.
Awesome. There you go. All right, guys, so there you have it. That's a pretty cool bike, right? I mean, it's actually a motorcycle, really. But check them out. I think this is amazing. Maybe I can get my hands on one of these sometime in the future. Thanks a lot for watching. Later.